How much do you spend on subscriptions every month? Go ahead. Guess. If you said somewhere around 80 or 90 bucks, congratulations, you're average. And you're also wrong. The real number is $273 a month. That's a $187 gap between what you think you pay and what actually leaves your bank account. That gap has a name. It's called a business model. Here's how it starts. A company offers you a free trial. 7 days, no commitment, cancel anytime. You enter your card details, fully intending to cancel before the trial ends. But they're counting on one thing: you won't. And most people don't. Then the charges begin. Small ones. $5.99 here. $9.99 there. Each one designed to sit right below your mental radar. Nobody panics over $6. But $6 times 12 subscriptions times 12 months is $864 a year on things you forgot you were paying for. Now multiply that across the average American's actual subscription count: 12 to 15 active subscriptions, and around 4 of those are what the industry literally calls zombie subscriptions. Charges for services you haven't opened in months, draining your account like a slow leak in a tire you never check. But forgotten subscriptions are just the appetizer. The real meal is what's happening to the stuff you already bought. Let's talk about your car. BMW made headlines when it started charging $18 a month for heated seats. Not new seats. Not upgraded seats. The same heated seats that were already physically installed in the car when it rolled off the factory floor. They just locked the feature behind software and said, "Pay up." And they're not backing down. As of 2026, BMW has doubled down on this model. Then there's Tesla. In January 2026, Tesla announced that full self-driving would no longer be available as a one-time purchase. Before the cutoff, you could buy it outright for $8,000. Now, $99 a month. Forever. If you keep that car for 10 years, that's $11,880 for software that used to cost $8,000. And Mazda? When owners figured out a software hack to unlock features they'd already paid for in their own cars, Mazda didn't fix the pricing. They issued a legal takedown notice against the hack. Think about that. A car company sued its own customers for using features that were physically sitting inside their vehicle. Now let's talk about the original subscription trap: software. Back in 2012, you could buy Adobe Photoshop outright for about $700. One payment. Yours forever. Then Adobe switched everything to Creative Cloud. Today that costs about $23 a month. Sounds cheaper, right? If you've been subscribed since the switch, you've paid over $3,300. And you own exactly nothing. Stop paying, and you lose access to every file format tied to their ecosystem. And here's the kicker. In March 2026, Adobe agreed to pay $75 million to settle a lawsuit. The accusation? They had early termination fees in their annual plans and made cancellation deliberately confusing. The government literally proved that Adobe designed its checkout flow to trap people into paying. But Adobe isn't the exception. It's the blueprint. HP sells you a printer, then charges a monthly subscription for ink. Cancel the subscription, and your printer may refuse to print even with ink cartridges you already bought sitting right inside it. You paid for the hardware. You paid for the ink. And the machine still says no. So why don't people just cancel? Because companies have spent millions engineering the answer to that question. They're called dark patterns. Sign up? One click. Cancel? Good luck finding the button. Some services bury the cancel option 5 menus deep. Others force you to call a phone number that's conveniently only open during business hours when you're at work. Some hit you with a guilt screen. Are you sure? You'll lose all your data. Your progress. Your history. Others throw a discount at you right when you try to leave. day for 50% off. Which sounds generous until you realize you were overpaying by double this whole time. New York City just cracked down on this. In February 2026, the city sent warning notices to 187 gyms, including Planet Fitness and Equinox, for making it deliberately difficult to cancel memberships. The mayor's office called it exactly what it is, a subscription trap. And the UK is going further. Their new digital markets law says if you can sign up online, you have to be able to cancel online. Period. Violate that, and you face fines of up to 10% of global revenue. The fact that governments had to pass laws to force companies to let you stop paying them tells you everything you need to know. Let's do the math that no subscription company wants you to see. The average American spends $273 a month on subscriptions. That's $3,276 a year. Over 30 years? That's $98,280. But here's where it gets brutal. If you took just $100 of that monthly subscription spending and invested it instead, even at a conservative 7% annual return after 30 years, that becomes roughly $121,000. Your forgotten Netflix password and that meditation app you use twice didn't just cost you a few bucks a month. They cost you a house down payment. And this doesn't even account for subscription price creep. Netflix was $7.99 when it launched streaming. Today the standard plan is $17.99. Spotify went from $9.99 to $11.99. YouTube Premium from $11.99 to $13.99. These companies raise prices because they know most people won't notice a $2 increase on one of 15 charges hitting their account every month. They're not betting on your loyalty. They're betting on your inattention. But here's the thing, the pushback is actually working. BMW quietly dropped its heated seat subscription in several markets after the backlash went viral. Adobe is paying $75 million because regulators finally said enough. New York City is actively hunting subscription traps. The UK passed a law that says canceling has to be as easy as signing up. And a cultural shift is happening too. There's a movement called loud budgeting where people openly say no to spending they can't justify. Instead of pretending they can afford everything, they're telling friends, I'm not doing that, it's not in my budget. And it's not embarrassing anymore. It's respected. There's also the underconsumption trend, people actively resisting the pressure to subscribe to everything, buy every upgrade, and rent access to their own lives. Companies built the subscription economy on your silence. The counter move is noise. So here's your homework. Tonight, pull up your last 3 months of bank statements. Every card. Every account. Search for any recurring charge. Write down every single subscription. Then ask yourself, did I use this in the last 30 days? If the answer is no, cancel it. Right now. Not tomorrow. Now. The average person finds 3 to 5 subscriptions they completely forgot about. At 10 to 20 bucks each, that's $40 to $100 a month you're lighting on fire. The subscription economy was built on one bet, that you'd rather lose money slowly than spend 5 minutes paying attention. Prove them wrong. If this video opened your eyes, hit subscribe. The irony is not lost on me. But at least this one's free. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute financial advice.